There's this special time of day, and it happens twice a day, where it's not quite morning, it's not quite night, it's that twilight hour. For my fellow creatives trying to squeeze their projects in around the unmoving parts of their lives, this is the magic time. These are the hours that can belong to you before the day starts or after it ends. These are the hours where maybe you don't need to be making decisions yet about getting dressed for the day or anything like that. Maybe all you need to be deciding is where to put your next paint stroke or what your character's going to do on the next page. These are the hours called the crepuscular hours, and this is a word that I learned because of my cats. Because like many people who live with cats, I thought cats are nocturnal, right? And then I looked it up online, and I learned that no, cats, like many, many other animals, are something called crepuscular. That means that they are most active in those twilight hours, the dawn and dusk hours. And if you live with cats or squirrels or, I don't know, one of the many other animals that is crepuscular in nature, you probably notice that no, your cats aren't awake all night long, but they are extra excitable when the sun is going down or when it's rising again in the morning. For the last few months, specifically during the time that we have left Turkey and moved back to the US, I have been wearing what I call my crepuscular cozies. This is just a sweatsuit that I got in Turkey that says happiness on the sweatshirt and happiness on the sweatpants. And it has been such a staple of my daily routine. So that's why I'm making this video, to share it, to say, hey, this might be a concept you like. It might be a concept you think is bananas. That's okay. But the point of it for me, this is what I put on first thing in the morning, because I don't want to enter the day in my pajamas, but I also don't want to get dressed yet, because that early time in the morning is the time when I do my writing. So I want to put on something that's going to be warm. And yes, I know that spring is here and I'm going to need something a little less warm soon. Still, the concept will apply. I want to put on something that is comfortable. I don't want to go sit on the couch in my pajamas, because those are what I sleep in. I don't want to get dressed for the day. I don't want to think about what to wear yet. I just want to get myself from my bed to the place where I'm doing my creative activity as quickly as possible, and with as few decisions as possible. I do the same thing in the evening. In the winter, it was like when the sun would go down. Now it's still tied to like the time of day that I feed the cats. So it's 5 p.m., which as summer approaches, it's going to be a lot of crepuscular hours, but it's okay. I'll adapt or I won't. But in the evening, I put this on again, because it's like, okay, the workday is over. You know, the real responsibilities or whatever, all I'm going to be doing is cooking and eating and spending time with loved ones. So I put it on again. I wear it during those hours, and then evening time comes, bedtime comes, and I put pajamas on. You might think this is all too much changing. You might love wearing jeans and not be opposed to hard pants like some of us are, you know, like no matter how comfortable a pair of jeans are, when 5 o'clock rolls around, I just don't want to be wearing them anymore. But for me, the act of wearing this uniform is like sending a signal to my brain that, okay, it's time for this specific mode, I guess. This is not sleep mode. This is, in the evening, it's a relax mode, sure. But in the morning, it is creative mode for myself. I think it signals a shift, you know, okay, I'm ready to do this thing now, but I'm also, it's okay, we're not starting the real day yet. You know, you don't need to get like Sunday scaries about it. We're not actually approaching something you don't really want to do. We're just approaching the creative thing. And I find, I mean, what I know about creativity, what I learned from reading The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, is that there is so much resistance already. And so anything I can do to make it feel easier, I'm going to do. And this has been really, really helpful for me. So for me, the concept is simple. It's just my cozy, trusted sweatsuit that I put on, and it'll adapt to be something different as the weather gets warmer. Thankfully, that's happening finally. But I have noticed that it really creates for me a container that in the morning helps make creativity more accessible, and in the evening helps me shut off any sort of goal-oriented brain, I guess. I find when I'm wearing my sweatsuit, I'm much less inclined to check my email. I'm much less inclined to, you know, reach for my phone. It's more like, okay, it's time to wind down. So I'm not sure, but maybe there's a bigger idea here that can appeal to you as you're watching this, that can make this feel like a cozy idea, something helpful for anyone else out there. There isn't any right or wrong way to do it, and it doesn't even have to be during those hours. You know, of course, I'm sure there are people who are rushing out the door for, night shifts, or people who have children first thing in the morning needing their attention. And it's not necessarily, it's not like this is a magic time. I find it magic because I just love that concept, but any sort of time that you can steal for yourself, prioritize for yourself and your creativity, if there's something you can do to help make that transition feel more natural, feel more intentional, feel more concrete, maybe it's putting on a crown, maybe it's wearing a cape. I don't know. If there's something that you put on and you go, okay, now I'm wearing my, painter baseball cap or whatever it is, I encourage you to explore it. It doesn't all have to happen just in our minds. Some of these things can happen on our physical bodies to help us, move from one state to another. For me, the sweatsuit acts as an anchor. And that's all I guess I'm really encouraging you to find too. It doesn't have to be something perfect, doesn't have to be something, just so. It just has to be something that signals a shift to you and to your brain. So if you do something like this already, I'd love to hear about it. If you've never tried it, I'd invite you to give it a try and let me know what you think or how it goes for you. And I think this is something I'll be talking about here a lot more because it is such a core part of what I do literally every day. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again here soon.